So right now we have our calls prioritized, 1, 2s, and 3s. And as it stands now, our priority 3 calls, they're the lowest in priority. They will wait for a dispatcher to find an officer that's available and send them that call. And some priority 3s may sit for hours, some may only sit for a few minutes. And the officers, as it stands now, basically just wait for the dispatcher to send them. But with this software, we're going to give officers the ability to see the priority 3 calls in their zone in real time on a map, and the officer can make the decision when they have time to get to these calls to handle them.
Once I log in and I assign my certain zone through the app, it'll highlight my zone and its parameters, as well as attention points and the blue dots, which show areas that us as patrol haven't hit within a certain time frame.
Patrolfinder helps us in the front of being able to distribute our resources just by being able to see where it is that we're going and recognizing where maybe we haven't been in some time.
Our call volume kind of does dictate on where we patrol often, because we have such a high call volume, but when we do get the free time, the map allows me to see, hey, we haven't driven down Selden Street in 3 days, and we get some extra attention down there just to make sure that the community knows that we're here and they can feel our presence.
Many times police officers ride together. They ride in the same car, they work as partners, and we become creatures of habit. So when you're patrolling a certain area or a zone, you tend to go down the same streets. You tend to use the same pattern of patrolling. Patrolfinder tells you where you've been and where you need to go.
There's a bunch of streets I'd never driven on.
So they're pretty neglected.
Right. Primarily because there's so much going on other streets that you don't get up there, and nothing happens in that area for the most part. But when it does, you're like, where is it? But then, of course, it goes back to the whole, sometimes there would be calls to the department, hey, we haven't seen a patrol car in a few months.
We've noticed that a lot of the neighborhoods where we don't get called to very often don't see an officer up there because we were never driving around that area before. Now with Patrolfinder, we're seeing that these are areas that need to be patrolled. They may not need to be patrolled as often as other areas, but we do need to get up there. So that's helped us to identify those areas and get our officers out on patrol in a more equitable manner throughout the city.
Transparency is something that the community has been asking us for a while. Patrolfinder gives us the ability to be transparent with the community by having access to data that we otherwise didn't have before. So when a community member asks us when we've been through their neighborhood last, we can actually look it up and tell them, sure, I can tell you who the officer was and when they went through your neighborhood.
Transparency is very important. Without it, there's very little basis for the community to understand what we do, why we do it, or have trust for the things that we're doing.
We spend a lot of time out in the community talking to residents about trust. You sometimes wonder, other than just believing me when I say you can trust us, what am I giving them that makes them want to trust me?
This software will give us the data to show the community where we've been, where we're going, and that we've been able to go in their neighborhood and that we've been keeping an eye on their neighborhood. Patrolfinder gives us a way to show them exactly when that police car was there. So I think that'll help the community feel safer, and it'll help us build trust with the community.